Hi everybody. I thought I would show you what I like to do when I make my Christmas cards. This is a Christmas card from last year, and these are my grandsons, two of my grandsons. One wasn't born, I've got three now. And what I've actually done is I have drawn them first, scanned in the picture, and then cut it out. And then, I don't know if you can see, it's quite sort of 3D. I have used different papers. These pictures behind, or these papers behind, are jelly prints, which I've printed on purpose to go with the colours of the card. Then I've used old ledger paper. I've used ribbon, all colours to sort of go with the look. I've worked on top of a grey piece of paper, which looks like this. And so basically I've just sort of compiled different elements. Here's some gold tissue paper. Here's some satin ribbon. And then I've got a machine called a Big Shot. So I've actually used that to make these letters. Now you could use anything, to make the letters. It doesn't really matter. You can use stamps and things. But what I thought I would do is show you how I would use an image and sort of make a Christmas card from the image. Now, this year, I have actually printed several different Christmas cards, a set of 5, and they are also my paintings. So we've got this one, which is a poinsettia, as you can see, which is called a Christmas star, the plant in Swedish. Then I have two of my grandsons here, and that's the little one, the newest one there. Then I have got these two, the other one there, and anyway, yes. Then I've got one sleeping there with the quilt, and here I've got an amaryllis. And I've tried to do them all in sort of similar style. And my plan is obviously that you can buy these as cards, because these look like this. These are cards. However, I'm also selling them as downloads on my web shop. And so when you print them out, then they look something like this. And I've just got 3 of the images here. But I was thinking that I would show you how I would use this in different ways to make a similar card to the one that I'm showing you there, the first one. So I start off with a jelly plate, jelly printing. This here is actually paper from an old newspaper, cream paper. So I'm going to be actually printing on a variety of paper. I've got this kind of paper. I've got this sort of craft paper. I have got these ones here. I thought I would print on some of the grey paper as well. There. I have got these ones here that are stickers. Print on sticker paper. I thought I would do this on just ordinary, really sort of index file paper that's lined. Here's some handmade paper. I've got some gold paper here. And as I say, this paper underneath. Now, I also like to use magazines, and this is some advertising that came through the post for a sports company. And I've got some red there, and I've got some grey there, and here I've got a bit of green. So I'm thinking that I will use those to print on as well. Then I've also got a picture from a magazine, also an ad, which has got red on it, so I can print on that as well. So anyway, so basically these are the papers I'm going to be printing on. I've even got this little bit of wrapping paper as well. So I'm going to show you how I go about it, and then this is the first stage, and then we will go into how I then put it all together to make the card, to sort of pimp my Christmas card. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to be using a variety of paints. These are my favourite go-to paints, these Golden Open, which I like to use on my jelly plates, mostly because they're slow drying, and it means that I've got time to sort of manipulate the paint before I take the print. But I also quite like, you know, just these cheap hobby paints because they are already mixed into these various colours. So that's quite fun to use as well. So I'm going to be using, you know, some different kinds of paints on this project. So I think we'll start off by putting out a little bit of the open. And I've got a large jelly plate here, which is about 14 by 12, something like that. My normal ones, I have other ones which are 8 by 10, which I normally use. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which size you have. You can use little ones because I'm going to be moving them around a bit anyway. So let's take some of this as well, shall we? This one here, this turquoise colour. And then I think we'll take, what should we take apart from that? Possibly a bit of this alizarin crimson as well, I think. There, so we have this one that dries slowly, that's there, and then we have this one that dries slowly, the red, and then we have the turquoise, and the turquoise dries fast. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll start with a harlequin pattern. I'll just lay that over, and I'm going to start by using this old newspaper, and let's just get up a bit of that harlequin pattern there and see what we get. Right, I think I'm going to take something else as well. I have a bit of tracing paper here, which is quite fun to use, and I'll use that on the edge there to get up that other bit. There. Good with tracing paper because you can see when the patterns come through, which is good. Okay, so we pick that up. That looks like that. And then we'll pick this one up as well. There we've got that one. This is just a start because I'm going to be painting all over. Right, we'll lift that up. Now, some of that paint is still wet, and this is also wet. So let's take a bit of the craft paper, I think, and this one here, and just pick up what's on there. There. I should have gloves on really, but never mind. Okay, let's have a look at that then. There, that's a good start. You never know quite what it's going to look like with a jelly print. So let's just keep on adding different bits of paper. I've got this little bit here, put that on. And we'll pick up that there. All these little scraps are actually quite fun that you can use all over the place. There. So that's a good start for that as well. Okay, so there's still some stuff left on there, but I think I'm going to take another colour, and I think I'm actually going to add some, what should we take? I think we'll take a bit of gold and see what happens. And this is almost the end of my gold. Now this is also golden fluid, but I've got a huge bottle because I use masses of it. I've still got paint on my roller, so let's just do that. Now this fluid, golden fluid acrylic, this dries fast as well. So let us use this that's still quite wet and put that over the top. We'll use this piece that we just printed, and I'm going to get some gold diamond shapes now coming through. I'm also reapplying paint from my stencil back onto my jelly plate. So there, that's starting to look quite nice. I want these kind of slightly milky colours because it goes with the pictures that I've done. Now let's pick that up as well, and I think we'll you know what I think we'll do? I think we'll use the red there and just see what happens. See how much we get up. There, so that has now dulled the red, but the red's coming through quite nicely, so I can use that. That'll be quite nice. See, there's quite a bit of gold there, so I'm just going to pick that up before it dries, and I think we'll do the same there. Pick that up before it dries. Gold can be really lovely and really sort of effectful. Right, okay, so now we'll add another colour, and I think we'll go back to this sort of turquoisey colour. There, sort of milky turquoise, and possibly a bit more of the red here. There, that dries slowly. I've also got a bronze here, which might be quite fun to use. So I think we'll use a bit of bronze. And possibly a bit of this Titan Green Pale, which is a sort of dirty green I really like. Okay, so let's spread this out. There's the gold, or the bronze anyway. An unfortunate squeak on my brayer. Okay, let's see how that comes out. Okay, so we'll put that aside. Now let's put this back on and see how that comes out. I'm just going to add, this is my red page again. I'm just going to add a bit more to that and see what happens to it. There, got a bit more. Now it's going to get a bit thicker, can you see? Quite like it when you get a bit of sort of almost texture on it. That's that one. This first one that we did with tissue paper, let's see how much we can pick up with that. You always have to remember when you're using a mixture of the open, which dries slowly, and the fluids or these cheaper hobby paints, that they dry faster. So it's going to be picking stuff up now. That's quite nice as well. Okay, now let's lift this up and see what we've got underneath. Now we've got quite a lot of sort of grungy paint, which is drying slowly there. So I still have to work sort of fairly speedily. Now we've got some black. Let's see what it happens when we try black and what we can bring up on that. Because I've got the bronze and the sort of milky turquoise, I think you'll find that it works on the black. A lot of these paints are transparent, and when you work on dark colours like black, they just don't really show up. They just sort of tint it. But this, I think, yep, will come out quite well. So I'm liking the look of that. It's almost a bit sort of medieval, which is nice for Christmas, I think. So there we've got that one. Put that over there. Okay, now I've still got a bit left over here, so I think we'll try another bit of this old book. Almost a journal. It's almost like newspaper paper. We'll pick that up and see what we get. Again, you see these open ones are just not drying, so that means I can still pick the colour up, which is lovely. I think I'll see if I can pick something up there as well with the same one. Yep. And what else? Take a bit of this. I've sort of got a blob there. See if I can. There, get rid of that slightly. Okay, good. These are all good starts. I want the text to show, so this is working well. Okay, I think we'll try now. I've got a colour called Titan Buff, which is sort of more off-white, really. Let's see how that comes out. And I think I possibly might use, I've got a sort of olivey green here that's called Antique Green. Let's see how that looks. These ones you have to shake because they do tend to separate when you haven't used them for a while. Let's do that. That was quite generous. And I think I've got another one here called Black Plum, which is rather nice, which is a dark sort of aubergine colour. There we got that one as well. Right, and still got my dirty brayer, doesn't matter. Let's do that. I quite like that grungy green. Let us see what happens now. Right, I think I'll use something else apart from this. See what we can use instead. I thought I had a piece of something. I do. There it is. This is this stuff that you can buy in hobby shops, which you can use as sort of table runner or something. And that should give quite a nice effect. Right, let's have a go on this craft paper and see what happens there. Okay. Yes, interesting. Not very exciting yet. Let's move that up there and try that on the other bit. Get a bit more of the green coming. slightly better. More purple than I'd planned, but I think we can add more red to that, so it doesn't matter. That will do. I think we'll lift this off now, like that. And I think I'm going to use this, and I'm going to try and pick up that blob of purple there. Let's see what happens with this. Yep. I'll do that, bring that bit up. Looking more interesting. That'll do. Let that dry. I think I'm going to try a bit of this paper here and see what happens with that. Just to pick up a bit of the extra paint that's on the surface. Trying my hardest to keep my hands clean. Impossible. Oops. Now you can see that it's starting to dry a bit. Not that blob there, but it is starting to dry slightly, so you don't get an awful lot up. That's why these open paints are so good, because they stay wet a lot longer on the surface. Right, we'll pop that aside. Now I think we'll clean off the brayer on here. I really don't mind the grunginess, that you get a bit of everything. I actually think it's quite nice. So I don't mind cleaning off my brayer on my jelly plate. Right, there we've got that. I think we'll go back to Titan Green Pale again. Maybe put that over there. And I see that I have a bit of paper that has ripped off. And then what should we have now? We've got that one. I think we'll go back to gold again because I really like that. Now this is a bit there and a bit there. Looks like I'm going to have to buy some more gold. Okay, so let's start this off. What an annoying squeak. Put a bit of that over there. I like having a bit of everything, so I've got sort of areas. Okay, now then let us see what we have to play with here. I think we'll try, I think I'll try this and just pop this down just somewhere. This is the sticker, and hopefully the stickers won't remain on the surface. Let's pick that up then. Nope, they didn't pick them up. Good. So that's quite a good start. And then I can add more pattern later. So I'll just put that aside there. And I think we'll take another piece of paper. Let's take the gold perhaps and try this. Now it's not shiny gold, it's quite matte gold, but I think we'll just see what happens when we pick that up as a sort of background. There we go. Interesting, very interesting. I think we'll use this again and put this down. Probably will leave a bit of paint there, and I think we'll use this one again and see if we can get some more triangles coming through. Got some more of the turquoise triangles coming through there. And let's just lift that up now. Now I've got another print there. So I actually think I'm going to use one of the first ones we did that had the gold on. And let us see what happens if we lift that up. That's more interesting, slightly redder, isn't it? That's quite nice. Okay, I've still got some down here that needs to be picked up. I think I might use the tracing paper for that and just see what we pick up. Back again. Again, I really like the fact that you can see through it. You can see what's happening. It goes a bit wrinkly, but that actually really doesn't matter because we want a bit of texture on these pieces. Okay, so that's like that. Right, I'm just going to put this down again because this is quite wet on that side. Let's just see what happens. I'll just use a piece of paper to just sort of press it down. Nothing will really happen because it's quite clean. The jelly plate are clean. It's not clean, but it's had its paint removed. So you can see there's not much to come up. But hopefully the paint that is on the stencil is going to be pressed back onto the plate. And then when I lift this up like that, I will be able to pick up that pattern. Now let's see what happens. That's better. I think we might just do that, just to pick a bit of that up and that, just to sort of clean the plate slightly. Okay, so that's what that looks like. And these are going to be torn into pieces to be used on my Christmas cards. Right, here I've got a colour called Black Green, which is a very, very dark green. In fact, it's so dark green, it literally is almost black. But let's see what that looks like. And let us mix that with bronze and see how that comes out, because I think that will give a bit more definition. And I'm actually going to change Breyers now and use this one, which is actually dry but looks dirty because I'm not very good at cleaning things. There, let's see how this comes out. This is made the bronze quite dark, but I think we'll have some, they'll be nice with some shadows. There. Okay, I think we shall use this again. Put this down. And then I think we'll try it out on this and see what happens. It could be I'll leave a bit of the paint, which wasn't quite dry, on the front, on the back of my stencil here, but never mind. Oh, could work. Let's just try a bit of that one. See what happens. I don't think I pressed quite enough really to get up through the holes. I think I need to press more. Let's see how that is. Oh, that's slightly better. Then we've got some nice goldy bits happening. I wonder what's happening over there. Let's try that. And I think maybe we'll use that one and see what happens. Now, the green, remember, is the cheaper one, and that dries fast. So it could be that I've waited too long, that it's managed to dry already. No, it hasn't. There we've got the green. And I think I'm going to do the same thing here because I've still got, again, a bit of gold here, which is not quite dry, or the bronze. There, let's see how that is. There, that's interesting. Can you see the gold, the bronze there that's really reflecting? That's rather nice. These are coming on. Now let's lift that up again, and again I'll have left some kind of an impression there. You can see that there. And I think we will pick that up on, should we try on that? This is fairly boring in this area, and there's a big blob of bronze there. I'm going to hold this up so that I don't ruin the entire piece of paper, but I'll just pick the bronze up there. Now we've got a blob of bronze. Should we take a bit of, I can just turn that and take a bit there, see what happens. Just goes slightly dark and grungy. I think we'll just leave that one. And this is dark and grungy in itself, so I don't think I can ruin this in any way. So I'm just going to put that on. I think we'll be picking up a bit of bronze. You can really feel a difference when you work with thin, this is like thin newsprint, against the slightly thicker papers. The thicker papers are actually more interesting to work with in a way, but there we've got a bit more bronze there. But it's nice with different weights of paper. So Okay, oops. Right. Okay, now I think we'll go back to some of this gold, and or shall we? I've got this, haven't I, that's covered in bronze. No, maybe we'll go back to some turquoise and see what we do with that. So pop a bit of turquoise on, and I think I shall add a little bit of the Titan Green Pale there, and we'll see what happens there. Not a great contrast, but let's see if I use a bit of the red. Let's see what happens there. Okay, and now let's take this, which is quite dirty, and pop that down. And now I'm going to just give this some turquoisey diamonds. This is the sticker paper, so it's important that I go and press down so I go through all the holes. Like that. Quite nice bits. Okay, and then what else should we use? I think we could use possibly this, which is very red and gold. I'd like some turquoise on it, so let's put more turquoise there then. See what happens. Nice. Here I've got a bit of turquoise, so I'll pick up a bit more there. Yeah, this is looking quite nice there as well. Good. Right, we shall leave that. Now let's just pick this up and see what we have underneath. I've got some gold happening there, or rather bronze. I'm just going to use this. I think this is, it's not the colouring that I wanted, so I don't think I can ruin it in any way. I'm just going to pop that down and then see what happens. Got the blobs there, haven't I? What I think I might do here, I'm just going to put that down there, and then I think I'm going to use this, and which is quite grungy, but I'm just going to put that down, and then using a piece of paper, doesn't really matter which piece of paper, I'm just going to press that down. Might get a free print on the paper, but what I really want to do is, not really, is I just want to see what I've done here. I've got some, this is starting to look slightly darker, and that's actually rather nice. I like that. But I think I'm going to do another thing here. I'm actually going to put that down there, and then I'm going to take some of the gold, which is there. Come on, gold. And then I'm going to use my brayer here, and I'm going to actually do gold onto the, it doesn't work. Oh well, that didn't work. I'll tell you why it didn't work. It didn't work because probably haven't got enough paint on, but also my stencil is so thick now with paint that nothing happened. Let's just see if I can press that back down and see if the gold will come off onto the paper. It's not certain it will, but we can try. And that suddenly became a bit more interesting anyway. And let's see what happens here. No, absolutely nothing. Okay, right, we'll do another one then. What we'll do is we'll lift that up, and now I'll put more gold on again, and we'll do it again. There, I'll be a bit more generous with the gold this time. And then we'll just spread this out like that. Put this down. Doesn't really matter which way, I think we'll put it that way. And then we will get more gold onto this. The back's quite nice as well. This is where I need to go and wash my hands soon. Now, I could use a brayer, but I almost prefer my fingers because I can sort of poke the paper down through the holes and I get a better effect. Let's see what happened. Yay! Now, that's more what I was wanting. So we're getting this sort of metallic, grungy, almost looks like old fabric. And, you know, this is such nice paper, this craft paper. It's almost a bit, feels almost like fabric, like leathery or suede-y feel. Okay, right. Just lift that up. And I think that I will give this a gold shimmer. Let's see if this works, if it's not dried. This is this sort of handmade paper. Very, very thin, though. I have a little book of it that I bought in Italy. Let's see, so it doesn't rip. Oh, look, gorgeous. It looks like something you'd buy in Florence. Just gorgeous. That's nice, then. Very good. And then I've got this again. I think I might give this a bit of a go. See what happens here. Let's see if I can get this up. Nah, you know, I was waiting for this to happen. This is because these are stickers, and the suction on the jelly plate is trying to keep them down. There, those are nice. But as you can see, you can imagine how nice it would be to use a sticker. So you could actually make your own stickers to put on the back of Christmas envelopes and things, which could be really nice. Righty-ho. Okay, so I'm going to clean this off now, but I think, shall we have a little look and see what I've printed? I'm just going to lay a piece of that down so that I don't get my new papers stuck. I'll do that. There we are. There. Okay. So let's see what we've got. We'll go through it. I've got this very purpley, grungy one. Not quite the colouring that I was looking for, but there it is. Then, just move that out of the way. Then we've got this one. This one I love. That's really gorgeous. So that is very useful. Those are more the colours I was thinking of. Then we've got this one, which has got a bit of gold, a bit of turquoise, a bit of red. Then we've got this one here, which has got a lot more of the text showing, but I've got some rather nice areas, like this thick bit of bronze there that's not dried yet, but that looks really rather nice. And then this dark green here as well. So we've got him. Then we've got this one here, which is fairly faded. I could work more on that, in fact. Again, the gold is just fab. Golden are so marvellous at their metallic colours. They're wonderful. Then we've got this one, which was on the gold paper, if you remember. This has also got interesting parts to it. Then we've got the tracing paper, which is see-through and looks a bit like that. And because I've had gold and red, we've got a sort of metallic red going on there. So that's that one. And then we have the ad, which this isn't really finished yet, but I mean, I could still use bits of this, definitely. And then we have this little handmade paper that I think looks like it comes from Florence. And then we have the sticker, and that's lovely too. So all in all, I'm pleased with this. Now I'm just going to wash my stuff, and then let's get on with how to put it together with the printouts, the downloads, and make them into a card. Okay.